Hey everyone, I'm Becky.
I'm Vanessa.
Welcome to 5 Minute Fridays. Happy New Year everyone. January 2020, a new year, a new decade. So hopefully, or maybe you're talking about some New Year's resolutions, maybe kind of evaluating where you're at in life with certain things.
Let's talk about life for a minute. This was a few years ago, and she stops and she says, Vanessa.
No, we were driving to Canada.
We were driving.
Yeah.
We've been driving to Canada a lot. She says, I have a list of 7 things. I said, what do you mean? 7 things to live a healthier, happier life and to age more gracefully. Do you want to hear them? I said, yes, absolutely.
Like, go through the list of 7 things, right? And she's not saying anything. Like, straight up, she's not saying anything. She's focusing, super quiet. And I'm like, okay, I wonder what she's thinking. So we get to the end of the 7 things, and she looks at me and she's like, Becky, I am not doing good with any of those. And I'm like, no, you are. I swear you are.
I wasn't.
So
I've taken the list very seriously, and it's really helped improve my life. So we want to share them with you in hopes that they will help you as well.
Number 1 is eating clean, right? So whether doesn't matter what age you are, you straight up need to pay attention to what's going in your body. So there's a million diet plans out there. There's paleo, there's being a vegetarian, there's keto, there's all these, diet fads and diet nutrition or diet plans. We want to encourage you to eat whole foods, so stay away from processed foods. Like, go back to the basics. One of my friends is she's a nutritionist. She might even be like a homeopathic doctor at this point in her life. She's just amazing. And one of the things that she recommended, this was years ago, is she said, when you eat something, pay attention to the way you feel afterward. So that's huge. So I'm a firm believer in what works for one person may not necessarily be works for another person, but just pay attention to what you're eating and then the way you feel after. Number 2 on the list is exercise. You have to move your body. So whether you live a sedentary life and you are at a computer all day long and you want to start moving, pick something, choose something that you love that is going to make you want to do and want to move your body, right? So whether you just want to start walking, whether you want to do Pilates or yoga or kickboxing, or maybe you want to run a marathon, whatever that is, just move your body. Number 3, sleeping well, R&R. So sleeping well is huge, and if you've ever gone through a time in your life where you haven't slept well, if you've had an infant, when I was pregnant with my second child, I had terrible insomnia. I've never experienced insomnia in my entire life, so I had to do things to help myself sleep better. I'm now sleeping with a weighted blanket. You can do lavender oil. That's great for sleeping. One of the things, too, that helps me is winding down before I go to bed, and then
I'm opposite, so I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do things, and then I play poker, and I also have a husband now, and that helps me sleep very well.
Healthy, deep relationships. So there was a study of humans that made it to 100 years and older, and one of the common threads in those humans was that they had a ton of healthy, deep, intimate relationships, close, tight-knit family and friends. Keeping stress at a minimum or de-stressing. So whether it's yoga or meditation or managing your stress triggers. For me, being late is a stress trigger. So this morning, I had to be out of the house in the car with both my kids at 9 a.m., which isn't super early, but for me this morning mentally, I was like, okay, I'm going to start earlier than I normally do, so we're not rushing and getting stressed, just trying to get out the door on time. Number 6 is water and staying hydrated. There's a endless list of benefits of what water can do for you and your body, but just finding something that works for you. For some people, drinking water throughout the day is very natural. It's very intuitive. It's part of the routine. For others, for me, it is. It is. Like
intuitive.
I really am a great water drinker. For other people, maybe not so much. Maybe you need to get one of those bottles of water that says at 9 a.m. you're doing great. At noon you should be here. At 6 o'clock keep going to get your water intake in for the day.
Well, I used to laugh at the people who would carry their liters of water around, but now I appreciate that and I respect that because they're just trying to stay hydrated, so I'm sorry for judging you.
And then number 7, so straight up, we were talking the other day on the way home. I was in the car and we were reviewing the 7 things, and Vanessa's like, I forget, what's the 7th thing? She's like, and I'm like, Good answer, but no, that falls under the umbrella of healthy, deep, quality relationships, right? Those
So
intimate
then
relationships.
she said drinking wine.
No, so originally
Not drinking wine.
Not. So originally
But I stopped drinking wine a few times in my life, and I've never been so miserable. So I made her take that one off.
right. So number 7 now is
Faith.
faith, right?
Can't argue with that.
Can't live without it.
Can't live with that.
And that's it for today's 5-Minute Fridays. We hope you join us next week. Remember, 5-Minute Fridays is always no politics, always positive.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.